Hi, welcome to Sciprex. In today's video, we will explore on Java Backend Developer. A short recap on Java Backend. A Java Backend Developer is responsible for building and maintaining the server-side logic of web applications using Java. They work with frameworks like Spring Boot, manage databases, create RESTful APIs, ensure application performance, and handle security and integration. These developers play a crucial role in connecting the front-end interface with back-end systems, ensuring smooth data flow and reliable functionality. Here are some friendly question and answers for an interview preparation. Q1. What are the key responsibilities of a Java backend developer? Answer. A Java backend developer is responsible for writing server-side code using Java, building APIs, integrating databases, managing security, ensuring performance, and collaborating with front-end developers. They use frameworks like Spring Boot and tools like Maven or Gradle for application development and deployment. Q2. What is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot? Answer. Spring is a comprehensive framework for Java application development, offering features like dependency injection, AOP, and MVC. Spring Boot is a simplified version that helps in rapid development by auto-configuring components, reducing boilerplate code, and embedding servers like Tomcat. Q3. What is a RESTful API and how is it implemented in Java? Answer. A RESTful API uses HTTP methods to perform CRUD operations on resources. In Java, it's typically implemented using Spring Boot with annotations like @RESTController, @GetMapping, @PostMapping, etc. to expose endpoints that can be consumed by clients. Q4. How do you handle exception handling in Spring Boot? Answer. In Spring Boot, exceptions can be handled using @controller, @vice, and @exception handler annotations. This provides centralized exception handling across all controller classes. We can also use custom exception classes and return meaningful HTTP status codes and messages. Q5. What are some commonly used annotations in Spring Boot? Answer. At Spring Boot application, entry point of the Spring Boot app, alls REST controller, marks class as a REST controller. Alls request mapping maps web requests to methods. Alls autowired inject dependencies entity maps class to a database table. Repository service a component define beans with specific roles. Q6. How do you connect a Spring Boot application to a database? Answer. You can connect a Spring Boot app to a database using JDBC or JPA, usually with Hibernate. Configuration is done in Application Properties or Application YAML, where you define the database URL, username, password, and driver class. Use @entity classes and JPA repository for ORM. Q7. What is dependency injection and how is it used in Spring? Answer. Dependency injection, DI, is a design pattern that allows objects to be injected into a class rather than created within it. In Spring, DI is handled automatically using annotations like @autowired, making code more modular and testable. Q8. What is the purpose of the @transactional annotation in Spring? Answer. @transactional is used to manage database transactions. It ensures that all operations within a method are completed successfully. Otherwise, the transaction is rolled back. It's useful for maintaining data integrity. Q9. How do you secure a Java backend application? Answer. Security can be implemented using Spring Security for authentication and authorization. Other practices include validating inputs, securing APIs with JWT or OAuth 2, using HTTPS, and protecting against common attacks like SQL injection and CSRF. Q10. What tools are commonly used in Java backend development? Answer. Build tools, Maven, Gradle. Frameworks, Spring Boot, Hibernate. Databases, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. version, control, Git, testing, Junit, Mockito, APIs, Swagger for documentation, CI/CD, Jenkins, GitHub Actions, Q11. How does Spring Boot auto configuration work internally? Answer. Spring Boot uses the @enable auto configuration annotation included in @Spring Boot application to automatically configure beans based on the class path, defined beans, and configuration properties. It scans meta-inf/spring.factories for auto configuration classes and conditionally loads them using annotations like @conditional on class, @conditional on missing bean, etc. And Q12. What is the n+1 problem in ORM and how do you solve it in Hibernate? Answer. The n+1 problem occurs when an application executes one query to fetch a list of entities and then n additional queries to fetch associated data for each. Solution. Use join fetch in JPQL or afetch fetch_mode.join an entity graph to load associations eagerly in a single query. Hope you like this video. Subscribe the channel and don't forget to click on bell icon. Thanks for watching Sciprex. Keep learning and stay inspired.